What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my RP Life. I am your host, Juan, and today we're going to take a different turn. Your boy's actually going to be the one getting interviewed. All right, so before we get started, subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter, and join my Facebook group, My RP Life Family and Friends. My beautiful diva Deb is the admin there, the main admin. She's my beautiful queen. Mwah. I love you, baby. And she's actually going to be the one interviewing your boy over here. So shout out to my beautiful co-host, my beautiful diva Deb. Mwah. I love you, baby. So everybody cheer on. Clap, clap.
Is that no intro music?
No, that's in the beginning. You won't hear.
I know. I mean, intro music for me coming in. Dun, dun, dun. All right, whatever. Hello. Hola, ¿cómo está mi gente? All right. Anyway.
Hey, baby.
I hope everyone is ready for a good podcast. Well, we hope it's going to be a good podcast. As Juan said, I'm going to turn the tables on him. I am going to ask the questions, and he is going to ask them very honestly in the true Brooklyn fashion that we all know and love that he can give us. Isn't that correct?
True.
Okay.
Right.
First, though, I need to give a shout out to my bestest friend, Vicky, down there in the peach state of Georgia. And we have a new superfan, Juan.
We do?
Yes, we do. Her name is Dolores.
Hey, Dolores.
So Dolores is from, well, she's originally from up here in Rockland County. Shout out Rockland County. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said Rockland County. But anyway.
It's all right.
She's down in Delaware. So shout out to my besties, Dolores and Vicky. We go way back. We used to hang out, play Yahtzees on Friday nights, and munch out. But yeah, that's another story for another time. I ain't gonna put all the business out there anyway. But anyway, so how are you today?
I'm all right, baby. I'm doing good. Did a 10-mile walk earlier today. My toesies is kind of killing me, but I'm all right.
Well, you know, at least you got some exercise in.
Yep. Definitely burned some calories, tell you that much.
Okay, so now everyone pretty much knows from the title of your podcast and your Facebook and your Clubhouse, see how that all works in there, and your Twitter, that you have RP, which is better known as retinitis pigmentosa, is that right?
Yep, retinitis pigmentosa.
Okay, good for me, that points for me. So at what age were you diagnosed?
Let me see. 36.
36? And were there warning signs leading up to that? Like, were you having problems with your vision before you were diagnosed?
Yeah, years before I was diagnosed, and I didn't get my eyes checked. I want to say 28, 29 years old. I was seeing still normal. I was able to see everything clearly, but at nighttime, that was when things went to caca. Yeah. Sorry about using the word caca, but yeah.
Well, it's better than the other words you can use.
Yeah.
So an important claimer there is that if you see a change in your vision, go to a doctor.
Right, yep. See, but the reason why I did it was because I was working as a security officer for this company, and I didn't have the time because I was pulling like double shift, triple shifts, and anytime I got home, hold on one second. Wait a second here, my phone is talking in my ear. So with working and everything and taking care of stepchildren, I was more worried about making this money and stuff like that. And I just didn't go out at night as much and drive, so.
Looking back now, do you ever regret that maybe you should have made that time for your own health?
In a way,
doctor?
In a way, yeah. In a way, not really, because regardless if I would have went early, they would have still told me what they told me today, you know, because they said there's no cure for it and stuff like that. There's nothing, there's not even glasses that can help you. But then the second year that I went to the ophthalmologist, that was when she says, Juan, we can give you some glasses that'll help adjust the focusing. I was like, really? A year ago, y'all told me glasses wouldn't even help. She was like, yeah, it's different types of glasses. It's not like the ones that, you know how when you go to the doctor, when you go to the ophthalmologist, they put that big thing on your face to size you up for whatever glasses you need. Mine was actually different. It was like these two round bottle cap things that they put on your eyes, and then they put these different types of lenses that are, I guess, more magnifying, if I'm gonna say, or something like that. But it did help with reading the chart a little bit, but not nowhere as perfect, because I was losing my central part of vision. So even with the glasses on, it made it a little bit more clearer, but I would still have to use the little bit of peripherals that I had left to make out what was those letters on the chart.
Very good. Now, from the time that you were diagnosed, about, how long was it before your vision got worse? Was it a progressive thing?
All right, so yeah, it was a progressive thing. It was very slow. So remind you, I'm 45 now. So when I was diagnosed in 2015? I think it was 2015 or 2014. Yeah, I think so. But anyways, I can't remember right off the bat. I think it was 2014. But what I was gonna say was, when I was first diagnosed, it was pixelations. For those who don't know what pixelations are, that's like, remember, if you go to the old school TVs, the boxed out ones, you get real close to it, you can see like the little squares that make the colors. So that's what I was seeing all over my eye. And in those little squares were gray, light gray, black, and then whatever I'm looking at. You know, it's kind of difficult to explain, but so basically take a picture and draw a bunch of squares everywhere, and then highlight light gray, white, dark, black, and then it'll slowly start covering up that picture. You know?
And that's pretty much how you were viewing things?
Yeah, that's pretty much how I was looking at stuff. Or if you ever see the way a fly looks, they see with a whole bunch of different, like, in one eye, it'll be a whole bunch of, like, different pictures of the same thing that they're looking at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So something like that, it's weird. But at nighttime, I didn't drive. And if I did, I threw on my high beams so I can see better whatever was in front of me, which that was dangerous because I only had a certain amount of feet, But yeah, that's pretty much.
So when did it dawn on you that, wow, my eyesight's really getting bad? Was there like a moment did anything happen?
Well, when I was 26 and they finally told me, not 26, 36, and they finally told me, well, there's no cure, and they did a bunch of tests to see where I was at on colors and stuff like that, and I said, well, what's the name of this again? He goes, retinitis pigmentosa. It's like, oh, okay. I was like, so what's next? He was like, well, get some O&M training, get yourself a cane, and all of this stuff, and good luck, because there's no cure. So I said, all right. So the next day after the appointment, I went on the internet. I started researching a whole bunch of stuff, and I didn't take O&M training. I was mostly depressed of losing my sight and stuff like that, and just started going online, you know, and doing more and more videos on YouTube and showing how I go up and down stairs as a visually impaired person, how I go to the store while being severely visually impaired, because by the time I turned, let me see, 7, 8, 9, I want to say 39 was when it was really getting even more worse than what it was when I was like 36. So, yeah. And I just tried my best to do everything before the time came to where I'm at today.
What do you feel was the hardest thing for you had to adjust to?
That I had to adjust to? There's just so many things. Going out shopping with my mom, having to tell her what color is this, what does these sneakers look like, because I can see the shape of the sneaker, I just can't see the detail of it, you know. And since I was losing color, I was going colorblind. I couldn't tell from black to dark blue. I couldn't tell from light blue to dark blue. I couldn't tell yellow from white. I couldn't tell. My favorite color is purple. It looked brown. Just the color change is just difficult. Like, to see the details and stuff, like, cause you know how when you grab a pair of sneakers, you're like, oh, these look nice. Look at the colors, look at the shape, look at the way it's cut, the texture. Couldn't see any of that. So I have to ask my mom to give me a description. And if her description isn't as on point of what I'm asking, then I'm not trying to buy a pair of girly sneakers.
You must be mad you that day you walk around a pair of bright hot pinks.
Right? She like, it's poppy, it's red. And then come to find out, some guy goes and tells me, oh, I like those hot pink sneakers. I'm like, yeah. So my colors are black. So I'm like, Ma, what colors is black? You sure it's black? Yeah, okay, black. That's what we get in black.
Yeah, that's exactly how I do when I go shopping. I'm like, what color is it? Okay, no, I don't want that, because then I gotta worry about how it's gonna fit in with my outfits and all that type of stuff. But
right. See,
you don't have to worry about it as much.
For me, sneakers, black sneakers go with everything. So I'm like, all right.
There you go. Always go with black. Yeah. Well, you know, it's us now, but everything looks black anyway.
Right.
Depending on the day.
Right.
The black or a shade of gray. Okay, so you mentioned your mom. So you ended up moving back in with your mom, correct?
But it wasn't because of me losing my sight at the time. It was because of other issues with
Do you think putting those other issues aside, because we don't need to go into all that up here. Putting those other issues aside, with knowing that you were going to lose your sight, do you think you would have moved in with your mother, or do you think you would have stayed where you were?
Oh no, I would have moved back with my mom, or if I would have got diagnosed out there where I used to live at, in Connecticut, I would have ended up moving somewhere by myself, because I would have moved somewhere by myself and found a place to live over there in Connecticut. But knowing my mom's, after I would explain to her, hey mom, I'm losing my sight, I'm going blind, I'm not working no more, and I finally got disability out there instead of getting it where I'm at today. yeah, she probably would have been like, no, hijo, you're gonna move over here. You're gonna come back home. I'm gonna take care of you.
That's because she is a Puerto Rican mama.
Yeah.
She would have to bring her baby boy home.
Yeah, she's like, no, I'm gonna go pick you up. How I get there? You know?
No, she would have taken 3 trains and a bus to get her baby. So was it hard moving back home? Especially, losing your sight? Do you think it was harder than if you had moved back home fully sighted?
No, because I was visually impaired in the beginning. So when I first moved back here in 2011, I think. Yeah, 2011. It was easier because I still have, a lot more sight. Even when I was visually impaired, I was still able to get around. I didn't have daytime problems. I only had nighttime problems. So in 2011, all the way to 2014, I was still kind of good, and stuff like that. Like the pixelations weren't as bad as what they were when I was visually impaired. Like severely visually impaired.
Right. Now I know that you do a lot of things independently for yourself and stuff around your house, and you go out to the corner store, and which I still can't believe you do that in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and I go across to the one.
That's very good.
Yeah.
But like in the house and like the situation living with your mom, was it hard to relinquish control, like back to mom, because you had been independent, out and about on your own for so long?
Yeah. Not to get control, but more like to help her understand what I need from her and how to help me better. Like not moving things around, even though I can kind of make certain stuff out. But like placing things and leaving it there. If that's where it's gonna be, that's where it's gonna be. Don't move it here and don't move it there, because if you put a box of sugar in the shelf and there's like 10 boxes of whatever or whatever else is up there, I'm not gonna tell because it all blends in together. You know what I'm saying? So if you put 2 cans of Goya beans next to each other, I ain't gonna know which one's which. One could be Goya or Boya, the other one could be regular beans or something.
Right. Yeah, it's a learning curve for both of you.
Right. So
it's a learning curve to try to get her to understand what you need and what you can do for yourself.
Right.
And and vice versa.
Yeah.
So because I know it's a daily struggle. It is a daily struggle for any visually impaired or blind person that lives with a fully sighted person.
Yeah.
You're always gonna constantly bump heads about things, about where something is. If somebody moved something and didn't tell the other.
Or like when she cleans up the kitchen, she'll move stuff around but don't put it back. And that was in the beginning. Now it's totally different. Like she's already used to it now, But back then, when I was visually impaired, she'll treat me like I'm totally blind. And I'm like, Ma, I have a little bit of vision. I know where you're at. I can see your movement, Or like she'll be like, when we're outside, she'll be like, papi, mira, there's a step right there. There's another step right there. Mira, be careful with that crack. Mira, lift your leg up, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift your leg. I'm like, Ma, that's what the cane is for, mama. But yeah.
I love when you do the impersonation of your mom.
Yeah.
And folks, he's kind of like right on target. I heard his mom with him. So.
Yeah, she gets pissed off. Like earlier today, walking at 5 miles and 5 miles back, girl, baby. See, this is why us as blind folks, we wear sunglasses, because if there's a low-hanging tree, girl, man. Well, she is short. She's like up to my shoulder, so she can go under the tree like nothing, right? She just keep walking. Not me. I just caught a tree to the face. But yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to come back from that. So what do you think, do you feel it was hard emotionally for your mom to see you go through this?
Oh yeah, because when I was first diagnosed, even though she was there in the office with me after, when he was explaining everything, she don't know, you know. So she's like, when we got outside, she's like, "Bah." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "So," she's like, "So what happened?" I'm like, "You was there." She's like, "Pero between me and you, I don't understand that what you say." What he say? I'm like, "Man, all right. So let me explain it to you. In a few years, by the time I'm like 45 or 40, I'll be totally blind." And she broke down a little bit. But I told her, nah, don't you start your mess, girl. I said, it's okay. I got time. Who knows? By the time that happens, they probably find sign. If not, then I just need to work my way around all of these things, you know? And she's like, "Oh, pero how you gonna do it? You know, you're losing your sight." I said, "Mom, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. Your son got this, you know?" But as time went on, I started teaching myself even more and more and more, you know, to use the phone, to use the computer, to use my cell phone, and I just activated my...
I heard that.
Yeah, so I gotta stop saying that word. But yeah, so yeah, it's even still difficult today because I'm just recently became blind about almost 2 years now. It ain't easy, you know.
Yeah, no, it's hard for, of course, you know, number one, it's hard for us to go from sighted to, you know, visually impaired to totally blind. But it does also take a toll on the family members around us. You know, family and the close friends, because it, like I said before, it is an adjustment period for everybody.
Right.
You know, we have to adjust to what we need to do, and then a lot of times we have to adjust because we are the best teachers for the people around us to tell them what we need.
Right.
What we need to do for ourselves and what we need them to do to help us.
Right.
And it's a rough patch, and it's a rough patch, you know, mentally and emotionally for everybody.
Right.
Not just for us, but for the family too.
Yeah, but with me and my family, everybody's spread out. So it's like I can say, you know, my family is my family, but I don't get phone calls. I don't get that much replies on Facebook when they see the stuff that I put up, you know. So basically for me, my family is my mother and you know. I don't have like any other family. Like my cousins don't call me. My cousins don't message me. Hey Juan, hey Anthony, like how you doing? How's your visions been? They see the stuff that I'm posting up on YouTube. Ain't none of them. I'll be lucky to get 5 or 6 members of my family to say anything or to even comment, you know?
Yeah, but with that, a lot of times is because people, you know, they let too much time lapse between their contact time.
Yeah, but let me tell you something.
And then, let me finish.
All right, go ahead.
Finish.
Go ahead, sorry, baby.
So when they see something up on Facebook, if they knew that you were starting to go through this journey of losing your sight, and they have been written you a message since, we'll say, you know, 3 years ago, and like, oh man, he's blind. You gotta remember that they may not know how to approach you.
It's simple. Open up your mouth. Call
Oh,
me.
I know it's simple. I know.
It's real simple. You've known me all your life.
I have family that's the same way with me. And I understand both sides. I understand what they may feel bad, they may feel guilty because they haven't reached out before when I was going through everything or when you were going through everything. And now they see something on there like, wow, you're totally blind? How do I say something? And that's their own guilt that they have to live with. Because in reality, you're still the same person. I know I'm still the same person. If anything, my mouth has gotten a little bit more sarcastic and a little bit more smart.
Right.
Since losing my sight.
Yeah.
But
Listen,
I understand what you mean by the lack of communication from family and friends when we go through this type of stuff.
Right. Like I got my cousins who I grew up with, like here in my neighborhood. They rather share a link to, oh hi, I like this. This is T-Mobile. I just joined it. And they share that. Oh, look, Spectrum. You know what I'm saying?
Well, why don't you share something to help your cousin out trying to grow his podcast and YouTube?
Yeah, but if I go and I put up my podcast, I go up and I put up my YouTube, showing what I've been doing throughout the years, nothing. Dead crickets.
No, it's like I said, it's that guilt that eats away with them and they don't know.
Well, they could start off.
Do I give it a thumbs up or do I act like I never saw it?
Right.
And I'm as blind as they are.
Right.
I just keep swiping. They'll never know I was here.
Right. But yeah, it is what it is. That's the way part of my family is. That none of them I can actually say reached out to me other than one of my brothers, my sister, that reaches out to me from time to time. My uncle, who's my father's brother, my dad who passed away, he reaches out from time to time. He even told me one time, he was like, Anthony, I've been seeing what you've been doing, but it breaks my heart every time I hear it. It brings me to tears. I'm like, yeah, that's okay, Theo. I understand, because you saw me when I was sighted and now I lost my sight and I'm blind. And I appreciate, you responding back and saying how you feel, See?
Right, because you know it's something.
Right, so that's a response from my uncle, but does my cousins who I grew up with, say anything? No. They don't say nothing. I had a cousin of mine who I haven't spoken to in probably like 2-3 years. Probably a little longer than that. Hey, what's up, Anthony? Happy Thanksgiving. You know what I did?
What?
I just looked at it and let him know that I looked at it. Did I respond back? Nope.
It's just the craziness of it all.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my cousins and my family to death, but when their blind cousin, who's pretty much the only blind one in the family, does these things to show what he's doing on YouTube and all this stuff and podcasting, does anybody say anything? Oh, Anthony, wow, man, I can't believe you're doing this totally blind, and how the heck you do that? Like, they don't even ask you a question, like, how you do that, yo? You can't even see,
Because they're scared.
So it's like, whatever, You don't want to talk, then fine.
It is what it is, you can't change people's habits and behaviors, and we can only hope that eventually something will click and they'll do better.
Yeah, but we can like stuff on Amazon and share it to Facebook. Like, really, do all you're doing is bringing business to Amazon. Like, come on. Like, go and share your blind cousin's YouTube channel. Go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Show him support. You know, I asked plenty of my family to be like, yo, I even send them straight up messages on Messenger.
So, as a blind person, as a blind mom, what do you like to do for fun?
What do I like to do for fun? I like to do this right here for podcasting, get to interview people. I like doing my YouTube videos. I like editing them. What else? I like listening to music, all types of music. What else? I like editing videos, even though it can be a pain in the rear. And sometimes I just want to throw all this stuff out the window, but then I have to go to factory reset before doing all of that. What else? I used to be an artist, baby. I don't know if I ever told you that before.
You did.
Yeah, I used to draw. Like right now, if I was able to see you, baby, I would have drew you. You know. And I used to do graffiti back in the day, but don't do any of that stuff anymore.
Don't mention that.
My bad.
I don't know what the statute of limitation is on graffiti.
But for now, that pretty much is just YouTube, my podcast, Clubhouse. Those are like my hobby / raising the awareness of everybody else so they can tell their story.
Very cool, very cool. So do you feel that, have you learned anything? Is there like a takeaway moment from losing your sight?
Say that again?
Have you learned anything from losing your sight? Is there like a takeaway moment? Like did you lose your sight and like you kind of had like one of those like aha moments type of thing? I told you I was gonna make you think on this situation.
This is when Bobby Smurf needs to come on.
Hey, lady, what are you talking about?
No Bobby Smurf, get to the point.
Alright, I look at things a lot different. I look more with my heart and my mind. I get around things a lot more differently. With the blindness, I've also lost a lot of friends, but I also gained a lot of friends, even the ones who don't speak to me. I've lost a lot of friends because they're sighted and I'm not, and I also worked my way around that by doing my videos, showing them what I'm doing as going from visually impaired and then totally blind now. Yeah, it's
very good. See, I feel the thing that I've learned is that don't take the time that we have on this earth for granted.
Right. Yeah, me too.
You know,
yeah.
Because you could be bebopping along down the street, you know, humming bitty bitty bum bum one day, and then you know your whole life can change.
Oh yeah.
You know, in the blink of an eye, and it did for us. I mean, my sight loss was a gradual. You know, they told me ahead of time that you're probably going to lose sight, and blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh okay, you know. And I kind of like, no, I don't believe that. But then you know when I started to see it started happening, I'm like, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well then, okay, maybe they were right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question. There's a lot of research being done on RP. And if you were ever able to take the step, like let's say the research, progresses along nicely and they've done their human trials and they say, hey, we can't give you all of your sight back, but we can give you partial. You got to have one simple procedure done and you will be, visually impaired. Would you do it?
Yeah, I would do it because I already know how it is to be visually impaired. As long as I'm able to make out something, like if it's a person, even when I was visually impaired, when I see a person, I don't know if it's a man or a woman unless she say something or he say something. But at least see the person standing there. You know what I'm saying? I can't see the details of the clothes or whatever. That person could be booty butt naked. I wouldn't be able to tell, But at least I'd be able to see someone standing there, and stuff. But I definitely don't want to see no dude booty butt naked. Tell you that. But I'm just saying.
So let's say in our little dreamland here, if you were able to get your sight back, like I said, to the status of, visually impaired, like maybe you can make out details of faces and stuff like that, but maybe you don't have 100% color-wise. And what would be the first thing you'd want to look at?
You already know.
I might know, but your listeners don't know.
Well, to be honest with you, the first two things I would want to look at is my daughter, and then go to your house and see you.
Oh.
Because as soon as... Thank you, baby.
And yes, folks, I do believe I got him to get a little emotional on that one.
Oh, yeah. Because
I told you I was going to switch it up on you today.
That's cool, baby. I tell you it's cool.
This is my RP Life brought to you by Debbie. And if you like what you hear, guys, comment and maybe I'll start doing my own podcast.
And I'll be her co-host on her podcast. Call it Dishing with Diva.
Dishing with Diva.
But yeah, because you already know the last time I seen her, I think I had, what was it, 22 to 200 in my right eye and 22 to, I say 300 and something, or 22 to 400 and something. And it was still pixelated, but the only way I can see her kind of clear was through the peripheral part, So, yeah.
So like, okay, stand over here to my left.
Yeah, right. Or I would have to get like close up to her and then look either to her ear and then blur that out because the central vision is gone, and then I'll be able to kind of make her out. And that was when she was probably like, what, 5? Yeah, 5 years old and stuff. But yeah, and shoot, if they tell me, yeah, you'll still be visually impaired, your acuities will be probably like 22 to 400 or 22 to 300, I'd be like, shoot, that's great. Shoot, I don't mind, because back then,
there's something better than nothing.
Yeah, and like where I'm at today with not being able to see anything, like I'm getting used to it, to be honest with you, to being this way, even though it's still an everyday struggle. But that's the first thing I want to do is hop on that lift, go to your house, be able like, So this is what the house looks like in the front. Okay. And then it just knock on the door, and just, get to be with you. Because now that my vision was restored, not 100%, but it's something. So now I can help you in the kitchen. If you decide to cook, I can help you. Or if, you be like, baby, look, do this, do that, and whatever, I can still help you, and we can still travel around, because, I got, at least some type of vision. I can make out a bus. It might look like a truck to me, but it's a bus.
Right.
But that's...
Well, let's just keep hoping and praying that something happens, and it happens, before we're old and in our nursing home.
Right. Because if I'm old and in a nursing home, hey, everyone, you want to get your eyes restored? What are you talking about, son? Get your ass out of here. I've been blind for like 40 years already. Come on, get out of here.
Yeah, right. What, so I can see the next 2 years? I don't think so.
Right.
Forget about it.
I already know how beautiful my wife is. You see her? She right here. Look at her. She's sexy.
So I've only got 40 years to be your wife. Okay, got it.
I'll be like, what?
What?
Huh? No, baby. I'm not saying like that, girl.
I know. I'm just messing with you. You gotta give the folks something to laugh about.
Yeah, I know. That's true. But yep. I would like to do a podcast with my daughter too. But from what it seems like, that probably won't ever happen. But
Well, no. You can't say that. You never know. It might happen. You never know. You gotta have faith, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Gotta keep holding on until either it happens or if it don't. And if it don't happen, I'm still here. I ain't going.
There you go. Daddy's always here. And these podcasts and these YouTubes will live on. Because you ain't canceling none of these out, so she'll always have them to go back and listen to. And
she'll eventually hear it.
She'll know what you were doing.
Yep.
That you weren't just holed up in an apartment, sitting there in the dark. I can't do this because I'm nice.
Yeah. That was a good.
So how far are we in on this little shindig here?
Hold on, baby. Let me check.
Nothing but quality podcasting here, folks.
42 minutes and 43 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, should we wind it up?
Alright, hold on, let me.
Well, hold on, I'm not done yet.
Oh, you're not done yet? Alright.
Well, hold on, you don't get that button yet. See, he always gets control of the button, folks. I never get the control of the button. I want to hold the button.
Alright, baby, go ahead.
Give me the button. I want the button. I want the button. So, any final thoughts you would like to leave with? Tell your fans, your groupies, your stalkers.
Background listeners. When you go from sighted to vision impaired and now totally blind, every day is gonna be a pain in the rear. But most of you already know that. But you gotta keep on looking forward even though you can't see it. You gotta keep on pushing yourself forward even when it knocks you down. You gotta keep believing in your faith if you have one. Because that's another thing you need to do is keep your belief and keep your faith. And if you don't have one, that's fine. I'm not here to judge you, but just keep fighting. It's gonna be an everyday struggle, but it is what it is. God made you that way. You know? And if you feel like he can't take it away because your faith is weak or you don't believe, you know, just keep on praying. Keep on figuring out ways to make your life easier. I'm not perfect. I don't ever claim to be perfect. Do I let my blindness control me sometimes? Yeah, I do. Why? Because I'm not perfect. And it is what it is with losing your sight. If I was born blind, it might be a different story for me. But I've had sight all my life. And there's lots of things that I've lost along the way. And there's a lot of things that I've gained. But I be damned, excuse my language, I'm gonna sit on my fucking ass and let it take control of me. Because I've met so many people who supported me. I met so many people who disrespected me. And I met this beautiful young woman who's here on this podcast with me. And I'd rather be the way I am today because I have her in my life. Because if it wasn't for me losing my sight, I would have never met her. So
That is true.
So at one point, I felt like this is not a blessing, but now I feel like losing my sight is a blessing. You know? And like, if I wouldn't have had lost my sight, hold on 1 minute. My phone was talking in my ear. If I wouldn't have lost my sight or never met her, I would never have known who she was, who she is, and to hear her voice, you know. So I know you're gonna think this is you being, what's that word I'm looking for, baby? That like you feel like you've been cut off from everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel like that no more. You know?
So I'm glad.
Mm-hmm. I'm
very glad.
I'm not gonna sit in my room and cry my ass off or say, oh, I can't do this. Oh, what's going on? I'm sitting on my recliner and I'm reaching out to people. I'm trying to be so positive. Yeah. There's a lot of fake people out there. But it is what it is. I thrive, baby. That's a personal joke, people.
All right. Well, thank you very much, my love, for allowing me to put you in the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you to all of your listeners, your subscribers, your followers, your stalkers, you wannabe, yeah, anyway, you wannabe wanners.
Right.
But no, remember to follow us on Clubhouse at MyRP Life.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you want to, you follow me on Debbie's Kings and Queens.
Mm-hmm. On
And
Clubhouse.
also on Facebook, MyRP Life. Family and Friends.
Right.
And one has Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
MyRP Life.
Yes, baby.
Twitter. I see. I'm sorry because I don't do the Twitter. I'm not allowed to do the Twitter.
Yeah.
My sister feels like the police will come knocking at my door. She only allows me to have certain social media platforms.
Yeah.
And she getting ready to take my Clubhouse away from me. But anyway, seriously, folks, follow on for more. We're definitely going to be branching out a little bit more and doing a few Clubhouse rooms to help folks who have been sighted and are losing their sight and, and newly blind. And, we're not psychiatrists,
Yeah, we're not
amateur
certified.
psychologists, but
We're not certified.
We're going to try to do what we can to give out a little advice and help people through this hard time.
Right.
And let people know that there are people out there who know what you're going through and who care about you on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I'm here.
And
my Debbie's
that's it
here.
for me.
Thank you, baby.
No problem, my love.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to say something before we go. I don't do this for me. I don't. My RP life is, it says my RP life, and it's about my retinitis pigmentosa, but I do this podcast for y'all. I do my YouTube channel for y'all. I do my YouTube and podcasting for my daughter also. But I do this for y'all so you guys can come up here and have a voice. Because some of you don't know how to do this. Some of you, don't know how to use voiceover as well and stuff like that. But I do this so you can have a platform to tell your story, whether you're blind, visually impaired, whatever type of eye condition you have. So thank you everyone for listening to both of our voices, my beautiful diva Deb. Thank you, baby. I love you. Thank you for the interview.
No problem. And by the way, folks, I do it for the fame and fortune.
Yeah.
By the way, I have neither of them yet, so.
Yeah, don't worry,
Can
baby.
you click and subscribe, please? Thanks.
Yeah, and if I blow up and become popular or famous, you're with me. So I take you with me.
That's right. Now I got that for posterity.
I'm not leaving you behind, baby. But subscribe to me on all the platforms Anchor puts me on. Like my baby said, follow me on Twitter, join our Facebook group, My RP Life Family and Friends. My beautiful Diva Deb is the head admin. She is my reina, my queen, my beautiful Debbie. And subscribe to me on YouTube at My RP Life. And if you would like to leave any voice clips or messages on whatever platforms you're listening to on, please do so on this podcast or any other podcast that I've done in the past. And I really appreciate your support if you follow me on any of the platforms or even subscribe to me on YouTube. It really helps grow what I'm trying to do here, raise the awareness, and it lets everybody know, like the visualites, the ones who can see, what the blind and visually impaired community talk about. So peace out, y'all. Blessings. Give me one moment so I can find this stop a majigger button.
That's why I should have the button.
Hold on, y'all.
I want the button one. Give me the button one.
All right, you ready for me to press the button, baby? We're gonna do it.
Press the button.
All right.
Bye, everyone.